Class is in session. Steve Antonioni here, back with another episode of Cash College, and the first ever episode of a new series on the channel called The Crypto Corner. The mission of the Crypto Corner is to provide an unintimidating place for people to get interested in cryptocurrencies and the rest of personal finance for that matter. And throughout the Crypto Corner, I'll be tracking the progression of my own cryptocurrency portfolio, which you can now see on the screen, and you can follow along with in every episode. By the way, if you want to know exactly how I'm investing over $20,000 into crypto, make sure to follow me on Instagram as I've started posting my trades so that you can follow along. Today, we're talking about the best place to buy Bitcoin in Canada. Specifically, we're comparing 3 of the top cryptocurrency exchanges, and those, in my opinion, are Newton, ShakePay, and Wealthsimple Crypto. Now, this isn't just limited to buying Bitcoin. You can also buy other cryptocurrencies on these platforms as well. Earlier this year in February, I made a video discussing how to buy Bitcoin in Canada, and I talked about the same 3 platforms, Newton, ShakePay, and Wealthsimple Crypto. Now, I'd like to do an update on that video since I've had several months experience using all of these different cryptocurrency platforms, so now I think I can give more context to which one is the best, in my opinion. Today, I'm going to be comparing these platforms across 4 different categories. Now, I can't remember what the categories are off the top of my head, so let me just look here for 1 second. They're going to be fees, transferability, usability, and reliability. Just like how my brain isn't as reliable as I would like it to be sometimes. Now, I want to make something very clear. This video is not sponsored, and I have in no way received any compensation whatsoever to create this video. With that being said, I have nothing against sponsorships, and I genuinely enjoy doing them for companies that I'm genuinely interested. And regardless of whether a video is sponsored or not, I always give my honest opinion. But for this type of video, a platform comparison, I really thought that it would have been inappropriate to accept money in exchange for this type of thing. But what I will have is referral links down below for all of these apps. Ultimately, it's up to you after watching this video to decide what one is going to be the best for you based on your own personal needs and preferences. But I would appreciate that if you do choose one of these apps, that you do use one of the links down below, because it does help support this channel. Okay, starting with category number 1, fees. Fees are one of the most, if not the most, factor to consider when deciding where to purchase your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's because there's a limited amount of factors that we can control as investors. Those factors that we can control are what we invest in, when we invest in it, and how much we're investing, as well as how much we're paying in fees. Keeping fees as low as possible will ultimately tilt the odds of success more in your favor. And ultimately, at the end of the day, just keep more of your money in your pocket instead of somebody else. So out of the 3 apps, Wealthsimple Crypto comes in at 3rd place with fees of 1.5 to 2%. ShakePay comes in at 2nd place with fees of 1 to 2%, and Newton comes in 1st place with fees of less than 1%. Now, this is very important. When I say fees here, I'm not talking about commissions. All of these apps are completely commission-free, which is great. That's amazing. That's what you want. What I'm actually talking about here is the spread. A spread is the difference between the price you paid to buy something versus the price you pay to sell that exact same thing. For example, I'm looking at Newton's website here, and it looks like you can currently buy Bitcoin for $72,501 per coin. But then you look and see what you can sell it for, and it's a little bit less than that, right? And it shows you the exact spread that you would actually pay. So that's about 0.7172%. So that basically means anytime you buy crypto and then you go to sell it, that little spread is something that you're going to lose on that transaction, which effectively makes it pretty much the exact same thing as a fee. And this exists because these platforms have to make money somehow. This is completely normal. This is normal in the currency conversion world. This is normal in the financial world. This isn't some sneaky thing these apps are doing to try and take your money. This is just simply how they are actually able to do business. And in my opinion, this is much better than charging commissions on trades. But what is very important to me is the transparency of these spreads. It would be one thing if these companies are kind of hiding their spreads and you can't really figure out how much exactly you're losing on every transaction. But fortunately, I've found all of these apps to be pretty transparent with what their spreads exactly are. But I will say that Newton does go above and beyond here, because you can actually just type in Newton spreads on Google and it'll pull up that page that I just showed you, and it'll show you all the spreads for all of their coins in real time. I haven't seen this with any of the other apps, so that would be great if they could include something like that too. And so overall, that plus them having the lowest spreads puts them at number one in this category for me. Next, let's talk about transferability. Transferability means the ability to transfer your crypto off of the exchange and into your own wallet. Personally, I always transfer large amounts of my crypto off of the exchange and into my own external wallet. And this is one of the main reasons that people are attracted to cryptocurrency in the first place, because it's the first ever currency that you can really truly own and have your own custody and ownership of. Fortunately though, all three of these platforms, in my opinion, have proven themselves to be reliable and secure. There's been no major crazy things like hacks or anything that I'm aware of, so I wouldn't be super concerned about keeping at least small amounts of money on these exchanges. I don't think you need to transfer them to an external wallet right away or get an external wallet right away if you're just getting into cryptocurrency. But I do really recommend that you learn about external wallet options, whether that's software or hardware, and strongly consider transferring your crypto off of the exchange and into your own wallet. Currently, only 2 out of the 3 apps support the ability to transfer your crypto out, and those are Newton and ShakePay. Wealthsimple Crypto currently does not allow you to transfer your crypto off of the app and into your own wallet, but I really hope this is something that they can introduce in the future, because I believe that would make their app a lot more appealing to a lot more people. In terms of my experience transferring crypto out from Newton and ShakePay, both of them have worked very well. I haven't run into any issues with either of those apps. Moving on to usability. Here I'll be talking about the functionality of each app, the ease of use, and some handy features about each one. So starting with Newton, I found their app to be the most visually pleasing, in my opinion, and well designed, but I mean, that can be probably pretty subjective. I found everything to be, it looks really clear on here, it's easy to find, and the charts are very easy to read. And I also like that when you transfer money in or out, it shows that there's a transfer pending, so you know once your transfer has been completed, because I know that, especially the first time you go to use one of these apps, you can be a little anxious to be like, oh my God, like, did this work? Did my money actually go onto one of these apps? Because, it is something new. It's not like traditional banking where you might feel a lot more secure using it, but I still felt very secure using this, and the pending transfer feature is something that definitely helped with that. Now next, looking at ShakePay, I found their app to be a bit less visually appealing, but incredibly streamlined. I mean, while it might not be as beautiful as Newton in my opinion anyway, ShakePay has made their functionality super easy and like very intuitive to use. It's very stripped down, bare bone, only a few buttons, only the essentials. But a major difference here to note is that ShakePay only offers the ability to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the only cryptos that you can buy on its platform, whereas Newton and Wealthsimple Crypto have a lot more cryptocurrencies available. So that's something to keep in mind if you are interested in purchasing other cryptos outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But ShakePay also has its own unique feature that I think is definitely one of the best features among all of these apps. They have the ability to do recurring buys. Now, this to me is such an amazing feature. It allows you to set up a simple dollar cost averaging strategy like I talked about in my previous video on Bitcoin, which if you haven't seen, you should definitely check that one out. And on top of that, they're actually in the midst of releasing a ShakePay card, which is like a Bitcoin's reward card, which looks like it's going to earn 2% cash back in Bitcoin on every purchase made with the card. So that's pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to see how that actually gets rolled out. Now finally, Wealthsimple Crypto is a very pretty app, also very well designed in my opinion. The cool feature about this one is that it's actually part of the Wealthsimple Trade app, which means you can have your stocks and crypto all in the same place, which is pretty nice. My guess is that Wealthsimple's trying to consolidate all of the financial services into one place so that you never have to go somewhere else to do anything else. I think they're going to try and consolidate banking, even credit, investing, crypto, all of that stuff under one roof. So it'll be interesting to see if they can outcompete all the other standalone options, because it would be very convenient to have it all in the same place. So as I said before, you can trade a wide variety of cryptos here, and they probably do the best job of making the entire process feel less intimidating. And I think that's because when you go to place an order, for example, you can see several screens will come up, which basically explain in detail what is going to happen as you enter this order. Now, this will be very helpful, I think, for people who are new to crypto. It just makes you have less anxiety as you go through the process at the beginning. So ultimately, in this category, usability, I don't think I can give a ranking for this one, because ultimately, I think it's up to you. There's different pros and cons for each one. You're going to have a different set of preferences than I do, a different set of needs. So I think you have to consider everything I've said in this category, and then you're going to have to figure out which one sounds the best to you. Finally, we have reliability. Now, in this section, I'll be talking about the overall security of each app and how safe I feel using each one. Now, important to note here, I'm excluding talking about transferring crypto off the app in this particular section. I'm just talking about the security of the app itself. So basically everything done on the app. That's what I'm talking about. So to me, I honestly think Wealthsimple Crypto has the advantage here just because Wealthsimple, the company, is a very large company in a very heavy regulated business. Because of this, I feel like I could trust them not to pull some kind of big scam like other cryptocurrency exchanges have done in the past. I'm pretty sure they're not going to implode their entire business over this. With Newton and ShakePay, I also have found these apps to be very reliable. I haven't noticed any major red flags, and they seem to now have several years of a proven track record behind them. Whenever there's been issues, I've seen both teams behind both apps work very quickly to try and resolve them. And despite massive growing pains they've been facing, I know both teams have been hiring like crazy this year. And they're also very active in their communities on places like Reddit and Discord, which is a very good sign to see that they're actually listening to users of the app and implementing the things that people suggest. Ultimately though, ShakePay and Newton are definitely less behemoth-like than a big company like Wealthsimple, so I think it does require a little bit more trust on our end to use exchanges like this, but it does certainly help that we can transfer our crypto off of these exchanges. So after all that, which one do you think sounds the best to you? Ultimately, I think this is a pretty personal decision, but I'll give you my quick 2 cents here. I have found myself using Newton the most, but I've also made a lot of use of ShakePay's recurring buy feature to just simply and easily dollar cost average. So I probably use those two the most, and Wealthsimple Crypto the least currently. These things could change in the future if different apps implement different things. We'll see how it all plays out. But once again, you've got to figure out which one is the best for you based on the information that I've tried to give you today. And if you do decide to go with one of these apps, please check out the links in the description down below because it does help support this channel. You also get a little bonus, and I appreciate it so much. I'm Steve Antonioni, and I hope you've enjoyed the first ever episode of the Crypto Corner on Cash College. And if this is your first time, make sure to subscribe so you can catch the next one. And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.